Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015, or as I'd like to call it, the yellow and black tape simulator. There's not even any tape there, grr, etc. Good, got that out of the way. Last time this is where my brain usually supplies me with information about what we did last time. I guess we fixed the car up, probably, didn't we? And then we put, yeah, there we go, look, we bought a Royale Crown and, oh, we didn't do it up, I can tell it's grey. So we've got the Royale Crown to do. We must have bought something else, done that up and sold it for the money. So I don't want to do this up and keep it yet, because I might not have enough cash to then keep going. So for now, we're going to go back to the auction, buy something new, and do it up and sell it, because I need that money. Alright, here we are at l'auction. So really, I'm not sure if it makes much difference to the sale price, but I'd like to start with a lower starred car with the assumption that if you've got more stars to add to the car, you can add more value. So let's skip this. Two star, well that's a little bit better. I've got a fastback, so no need to want to keep it. So let's give this a bit of a bidding. That's right, everyone's out for a fastback. Come on, 12 grand will buy it, surely. 14 grand will... 15 grand. 16 grand will buy it. Someone really wants this. I don't want to spend 20 grand on this. Oh, one more bid, just dance. Nah, fuck it. Of course, I don't really have much idea of what is a good price. This is a Malloc, which I don't really want. I could keep it for when we're doing up Mountain. Nah, just next. Yeah, talk myself out of the Malloc. A 3-star GTR is going to be pricey. Might be worth more. Maybe it's worth looking up which are the best ones to buy and do up. You know, having knowledge and such. Go on, stick a bid in. One bid, because it won't win anything. Oh. Alright, a 3-star Grand Mojave. Not really fast. 3-star and all. Next. Alright, here, this is what I'm talking about. Now, was it a Delray custom I've done recently? Probably done one at some point, obviously, but... So here we go. Hopefully we get this for like 15 grand or something. Come on now. Here we go. Almost there. Oh. Watch it tease. Oh, yeah. Right then, here we go. Now, shall I look at anything else? Go on, I could afford something else if there's a 1-star. Of course, it's 3-star. Do like a good Del Boy impersonator. Pop its hood up. Very good. Aha! Now, it's not a big car, so it might not be worth much, but it's 1-star and therefore fits into the criteriums. Criteria? I don't really care, to be honest. Do I have a Salem Flame already? Sort of thing I thought I would have, but... Oh yes, there it is. I see it on my list. My memory aid. Oh! Hey, you've bought that. That's straight to parking. We could probably afford one more. Let's keep going, just in case there's another cheap one. Room for a little one. Okay, a 2-star Bianco. Again, it's a small car, possibly not worth much when it's done up, I'm not sure, but let's skip it anyway. I don't think I have a Bianco either, so that might have been worth buying to keep. Never mind, it's not like there won't be another one. Right, 3-star Crown, don't want that. So we've got a Kurz, and a Kieran and an Urz. Kurz. Kieran and an Urz. Okay, it's 1-star. This is a fairly naff car as well. Just because it looks like an old boxy saloon, but not because of anything about its performance. It's a nice colour. It's almost the right colour already. But I do have a Salem Kieran, so there's no need to keep it, but certainly worth having it to do up, perhaps. Should be getting it about now. There we go. So let's have a look at yours. and then we're done at this auction, of which we've bought more cards than I've ever bought before. In fact, I'm not sure we can afford any more. Let's quit. Okay, so here we are back at the office, as it were. This is our chosen chosen project. Look at this. They actually made the rust look like it's indented, or actually looks like it's bumped up, but it's just the shading, the way I'm a shader. It's probably the texture level as well, so I've got it on low settings to get the frame rate up. Okay, so I just want to check my inventory. Still nothing desperately useful in there. Nothing worth getting rid of either. Okay, so let's start this procedure. Do the usual. Let's take all the bodywork off. So I have to look at all this rust forever. So we can get... it's weird, the bumper doesn't come off as part of the bumper. So we can do parts, some of it we can't do, but it's still rusty, and that has to be done with a special tool, which we'll do at the end, because for the excitement of seeing how much it adds, how much value it adds, which bit of chocolate is the tail light, there we go. And the door. Come on, door. Hello? Yeah, there we go. Right. Let's go and fix all that oh, break it, as the case may be. 2 of those broke, that's not too bad. So let's see what we're left with. Oh, I'll tell you what I should do, get rid of the crap first. So we lost a trunk and a headlight. Boot and a headlight, sorry. Oh no, we got the boot. Maybe it is the trunk. Hey! Hey! There we go, no door. At least it has all its bodywork. Usually the low star vehicles don't come with much bodywork, and I have lots of bits missing. But I had a few bits missing, but most of its bits. There we go. Oh no, tail light. Alright, so and the front left door, there we go. So I had quite a lot of its bits. There we are, so now we can start the strip. Oh yeah, and I've worked on one of these recently, I remember, well, this sort of engine at least. A 1 carb, old style V8. That's classic chocolate. It's a nice 1-star level chocolate where you can't differentiate the parts very easily. Awesome. Alright, there we go. So, what are we going to talk about whilst I'm unbolting? Or rather, well, I mindlessly unbolt because I have to think about it. It's when I'm bolting on that I have to actually stop and think about what I'm doing. Which doesn't assist in the chatting. Chatting away. What's the latest gaming news? Oh yes, did I talk already about how Microsoft have announced they're going to effectively end Xbox as a console, and they want to kind of fold it into the PC by having it upgradable. So every couple of years they'd upgrade the Xbox hardware. I've already tweeted them saying, well, that's ridiculous. The whole point of a console is that it's a static platform. So you know that, 10 years down the line you buy a game for the, Exorbio 240, and you know that it's always going to work on the Exorbio 240. You don't have to have bought the Exorbio 240 version 1.3, the one with the extra memory, or you know what I mean, or you have to buy the one with the extra graphics card, or whatever. I mean, that's what used to happen in the past. I mean, I guess that's the kind of thing they're going to do. I mean, for instance, a lot of the old consoles, say you go back to the Super Famicom, or whatever it was called. Don't think we had that in the UK, but, you could buy an extra hard floppy drive for that or something. You could buy the hard drive for the N64. I mean, the N64 had quite a few extra bits you could add on. They weren't essential, but, I think some games maybe did require, the graphics, or the extra memory or something you could buy for it. But I think that just hurts the console and the sales of the games. I mean, the N64 was very, very popular, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it sold, buckets. It's no Wii. So anyway, I'm hopeful. I mean, I think it's partly down to Microsoft not enjoying this round of console war, because, the first Xbox was a tricky one. They had to pour a lot of money into it to try and get themselves a position in the market, and they did that pretty well. Not everyone was happy. And it was up against the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 was, of course, the gaming platform at that time. Not to be said that I didn't enjoy the Xbox, but you know, it felt a bit clunky, both literally and figuratively. That isn't to say that I didn't end up with two. Had one of them as a media centre. You know, it was awesome. Then the 360 came along, by far and away my favourite gaming system. Just, you know, it grew software-wise. You know, they updated the software and it's become such a fantastic system. I was so hopeful for the Xbox One. Because, of course, the PS3 at the same time as the Xbox 360 kind of dropped the ball. Sony dropped the ball a bit. They didn't really do what they should have done. They kind of, you know, asked the gamers around. Obviously, there's still a lot of love for Sony, but it really put me off the PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 3, but I hardly ever used it, and I sold it again fairly recently. But the Xbox One is very much like the PS3. So after the very successful 360, a la Sony's PS2, they've come out with the Xbox One, where they've kind of dropped the ball. They've not taken the Xbox 360's best features. So, for instance, a lot of the things the 360 can do, the Xbox One can't do at launch. We can't still do. 2 years, is it now? God, is it really 2 years later? And that's very disappointing. I mean, one of the things I like to do, for instance, is be able to play my own music through the Xbox 360 whilst I'm playing games. It's, you know, a relatively niche thing to do, but in this day and age, with all our connected DNLA servers and media and streaming music and stuff, you kind of expect that to be the thing. But no, they want to sort of force you to use their Xbox Music thing and have a subscription or this nonsense. And it's like, well, no, that's not what it's about. It's supposed to be about choice. The idea is you're supposed to be putting a box in our living room that gives us a choice about how we do things, not makes us want to do what you want to do, because not many people are going to want to do that. You've got to give us choice. Anyway, so I was kind of hopeful that they'd be, oh my word, we've made this mistake with the Xbox One, let's make sure the Xbox 2, or whatever the hell they want to call it, is going to be the awesomes. And of course they've come out with this announcement. Effectively, they're going to be turning everything that they run Windows on into the same platform. So basically everything should be able to run everything. I mean, I think the idea is that you'll be able to play GTA 5 on your mobile phone or something. I mean, that just sounds bloody ridiculous to me. I mean, I guess maybe the power's getting there in the phones, or you do it all through the cloud or something, I don't know. But so this universal system that they want everything to be developed for the PC, as well as being a slightly closed system, which they say is open to everyone, but of course you have to actually develop for that system if you want it to go on a PC. It's kind of closing lots of doors rather than opening them, and this is the mistake businesses make. Cyclically, they go through this thing of thinking that we need to tell people what to do. It can work, see Apple. But then you do need someone else to fill the market, i.e. Android, for all the people who actually want a choice in how they do things. They don't want to be dictated to by Apple, even if Apple do it really well. There's always going to be a whole bunch of people that want it different. Now Sony already kind of do that, so what Microsoft needed to do was be the alternative, you know, do the indie game thing, which of course now Sony are doing much better than Xbox. You know, they've dropped all these balls that they had in their favour, Microsoft have, I think, and they've kind of handed the console war back to Sony. Which, you know, Sony must be absolutely loving, because Sony have been on their knees for the last 10 years as a business. You know, they've had to sell off bits and pieces and, you know, restructure and this, that and the other. And I know Microsoft have had their issues, but mainly that's been from being too big and too anti-competitive, and they've had to sort of restructure their businesses accordingly. But, you know, being too big is a different problem to not having enough money and being restructured because you have to sell off bits of your company just to keep, you know, the other parts running. So it just seems to me that Microsoft, from Xbox One onwards, have really, well, it starts before that. It starts with the live Windows Live. What was it called? Their PC thing, Live for Windows or something, where they said, you know, all the games are going to be in one place and everything. Of course, everyone just ignored them. If you're going to be playing a game on a PC, you're going to be playing it through Steam or Good Old Games or something. You're not really fussed about Windows. Windows is the operating system, not the gaming system, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know. It feels like they're doing it wrong. But I don't want them to leave the gaming space, because apart from bloody Gears of War that everyone seems to like, they've done really well for the gaming system, gaming scene, I feel. I'm a bit of a convert, having hated Microsoft for years due to their stupid operating systems. Although I do like 7, to be fair, it's relatively usable. The Xbox and the 360 won me over in a lot of ways. You know, achievements, love achievements. I remember having big arguments with friends about how achievements wouldn't change the way I played games. It completely changed the way I play games, but for the better as far as I'm concerned. Yes, I need to be given goals to orientate myself, so having lots of things to go and collect or whatever is awesome. And anyway, yeah, achievements, mumble. So yeah, Microsoft, bit of a shame, but they're turning back into the company I love to hate rather than the company I love to secretly admire. So that's a shame. There we go, that's the Microsoft update for anyone who was, well, I was going to say vaguely interested, but yeah, unlucky. So it remains to be seen, because the what will happen. The industry has come out basically telling them to stop it for various different reasons. I've heard a few people complain about my point that the consoles are meant to be consoles and that they have a specific spot in gaming, sort of in gaming, and the PC is separate. So I don't know why you'd need to merge the two. I mean, yes, consoles become more PC-like, but that's not necessarily a good thing, or something that you should accelerate or use as an excuse to do lots of other stuff that accelerates that. So anyway, hopefully they will see the error of their ways and back down. They have been known to U-turn before when they've said something stupid and everyone's come out and told them they're idiots, but we'll see. We will see. I guess all the people who are into Sony, of course, are loving it because of their best hopes, of course, the Microsoft fall out of the gaming sphere. Although if you're really into gaming, I suppose you wouldn't necessarily cheer that on, because having competition and diversity is a good thing. You know, we don't want more EAs. I mean, okay, they are doing slightly better at the moment, but they are generally hated due to their sort of. It's partly the point of being a large publisher. It means that you have to. Well, you don't have to, but you're sort of in the business world. You're sort of meant to do things in a particular way, and that doesn't necessarily chime even remotely with what gamers want or expect out of a company. Plus there's the general thing about gaming these days where it's moving towards this, you know, release it whilst it's broken methodology, which really doesn't endear anyone. You know, coming from an indie developer who's working on his own, and you'd expect some errors and some issues, but coming from a huge developer that, you know, wants you to buy all this extra DLC, wants you to, you know, pre-order their bloody games for 60 quid a go, or however many dollars that might be. You know, you kind of want a bit more than just having to wait several weeks for a patch to make the game you pre-ordered work. It's just not cricket. Brian Lara's or otherwise. Gaming joke there. Yeah, okay, probably wasn't a joke so much. Alright, so we'll have the crankshaft in. Okay, so we've almost got to the point where we have devoided, that's not even the word I was looking for, we've got rid of all the stuff out of the vehicle. And we can start the rebuild, so yes, no ability to talk now unfortunately, just to go, I need this, I need that. So first of all we'll try and break all the stuff. Shift click, that's what we're doing here, shift click. Ah, the magic of shift click. Before the shift click you had to click and go yes please each time, which was ridiculous, and someone told me about the shift click. So thank you that person. Still fairly tedious, but much less tedious than not shift clicking. So there we go, that's all those. Let's go and see what we've got left. Woo! Not that. Press all the buttons. So there's a stage I forgot, which is to get rid of all the crap, so I don't do what I just did. Sold junk, yes. And then all the stuff that you can't fix. Get rid of all this. Oops, shift click. Oh, you don't play the game for 10 minutes. You should get everything as well. Good grief. Oh, here we go. Right. So we'll need an engine block V8. I don't know what OHV means. I don't care either before you tell me. Overhead valve. Is that what it means? Ooh, did I guess? Ooh, did I guess? Oh, I care a bit now. Alright, I don't really. Where? What? There it is. Okay. There's my overhead valve block. Bollocks. There's my overhead valve crankshaft, I was going to say. Oh, I've started writing in the... Yeah, okay, I've remembered this. I've started... oops. Doing this differently. Oh, gods, I've bought the wrong thing. Talking. Do-do-do. So I'll probably have two bloody crankshafts now. Still. Still. Ig. No. Ig. No. Not, oh, no, I've not clicked in the box. Ig. Ignition distributor. And that needs a rotor. And a little cap. Awesome, and some clipples. Got extra clips, look, spare clips. Awesome. We didn't need them, we had the things. Right, cam gear, no. Gear. Cam gear. Is it a specific sort? It wasn't, was it? It was. OHV, overhead valve. I'll say it often enough, I'll annoy someone just telling me what it really means, which I don't really, like I said, I don't really care about. Alright, let's pop it up and have a look at the suspension. Bloop. So, have we got the big bits? No. So that is a front suspension crossmember short. Short, not shirt. Right, and then we have steering knuckle and wheel hub, or one of each of them. What about these suspension arms? Upper suspension arm, yes. And lower, or bottom suspension arm. He said bottom. Double wishbone shock absorbs. Need two of them, so double. And then we'll need springs and caps for that. Spring, front spring. Probably a front spring cap, but doesn't actually arrive. It's not called a spring cap, of course. It is called. Oh, it's not called a. It's a front shock absorber cap. Of course, you can't use the enter button. You have to use the return button. Awesome stuff. Okay, so we need some rubber bushings. Need to press all the wrong buttons. Bush. 1, 2, 3, 4, and was it 1, 2, 3, 4 back as well? I think. Right, bush. Steering rack. Yeah. Bush. We need the wheel hub cap. Let's just do it this way. Those. And what's the other thing we're going to need in a moment? Outer tie rods. Inner tie rods. So, outer. Not in that order. Nope. Oh, we've got a sway bar though. No, we don't. Front sway bar. And then we've got the link. No, and then B's, was that? Yeah. Front sway bar link B's. Sway bar front end link B's. Alright, so that's this side. Kinda done. Oh, hang on. Let's put that wheel hub cap in. Let's try and do it from an acute angle. Take twice as long. Okay, so now I've got this side. Now I don't have the hub or the thing for this side, but so it's a front steering knuckle B. Front steering knuckle B and a front wheel hub. Front wheel hub. There we go. Lovely. And a hubcap. Oh, I thought we had those. Bottom suspension arm and upper. Yeah, we've got the upper, I see. So, bottom suspension arm. Yeah, that's right. I said bottom. Apparently tickled my tickly bits. Spring and cap. And a front end link. And our inner and outie tie rods. Right, that's the suspension done at the front. So, let's go down the back, do the rear end. Leaf spring, rear drive axle. Hurrah! What about the leaf spring? Got one of them. Got the plates, got a U-bolt. Housing, solid drive axle. Quite a bit. That's good. It's good stuff. We've got one of these. Yes. What about one of these? Oh yeah. Right. So we need. Are these normal? Oh, they're smalls. That's a shame. All right. So we need some small rubber bush. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a leaf spring plate. 3 east bolts. I think I need a leaf spring as well. Let's hope so. Got a long bolt for that, isn't it? Tiny little bush. Size doesn't matter. That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you until actually it does matter, and then you're stupid. Rear shock absorber P. I'm not sure you're actually stupid. That's a little bit harsh. Okay, so those springs here. It's all down to the leaf spring. So that's that side finitoed. Let's see if we needed that leaf spring. We did. Huzzah. Didn't need the leaf spring plate though. Good work. Or I bought two by accident. Who knows? Let's go with the least embarrassing option, which is, hey, hello over there. Well, how's the weather? Did I change the subject? Good. Housing B and a solid drive axle. Okay, and some brakey bits. No shoes, is that right? Yes, that is right. Okay, so we need, let's do that now whilst we're thinking about it. We need one more brake shoe, 2 brake shoes. There we go. We can put the wheel on there actually. Let's do it in reverse because I'm being a fool. That's that classic where you come out of where you are and think you need to move to the other side of the car, but you're actually at the other side of the car. You've just confused yourself. Alright. Good. So there's my brake drum on this side. And there's the 2 wheels. So that's the entire of the rear end done. Oh no, we need to stick a fuel tank in, shall we? That'll be useful. Okay, right mess otherwise. Fuel! 1 tank. And do we need a pump? Don't. That's great. Alright, what about the exhausts? We've got 2 rear muffler V8 overhead valves. Rear muffler OHV. 2 of them ticky boops. 1, 2. Let's move down the car if we can. What are these next ones? Come on, move down the car. Hum. Right, so we've got middle muffs 2 times. 1 and 2. And then we've got front exhaust pipe V8. Front exhaust pipe V8. Right. Shouldn't be as funny as it is. Right, okay. Okay, so we've got engine bits to do. So let's yo-yo the engine slightly. Oh, I'm all hot. Oh, baby. So we put the cam. No, we didn't put the crankshaft in. That's why we've lifted it up. Awesome work there, me. Hooray for our side. Alright, fuel filter. We still got that fuel. Oh no, we changed that. Fuel. Fur. That's not going to help. There's nothing with fur in it. It's not cars. That's a different game. Fuel filter. Got the cam gear. Need the crankshaft. We've got the alt. Yeah, we've got the alternator. We've got the brake servo, I believe. I remember that working. We put that on. I'm ahead of myself. Right, let's get a battery whilst we're here. Battery. Right, so yes, we need that crankshaft popped in. The one we've probably got a spare one of now. What can you do? I just can't get the start. Look at that, I've got 2 other fuckers. Just can't get the stuff. Right, what about these bearing caps? I need one of those. So we need crankshaft bearing caps. Crank. Give me that crank. Alright. 1 crank and a 2 crank. Oh. There it is. It's in there somewhere. Oh, what's this? A V8 oil, of course. Oil. V8. Alright. So, yo-yo time. Time to put on the pistons and Eckler rods of Con, none of which I've purchased. So, we need pist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because it's an 8V. And then we need push the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of those. And we need some rocker arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 of those. Right, let's do this. Excitement she wrote. I hope you're noticing the yellow and black that I'm not commenting on. Damn it, I've commented on it. Yeah, I know I said it right at the start, but I couldn't resist. Right, V8 head. That's the best kind of head, isn't it? And then we've got our valve rods. And we go. 2 per piston. 1 to push, 1 to pull. To you. To me. That's right. Chuckle Brothers engines. Chuckle Brothers do engines. If you haven't looked up if you don't know who the Chuckle Brothers are, get on YouTube now. You might not ever come back because I name checked but they're awesome. They're kids entertainers though, so don't take it too seriously. It's not quite as bad as the Crankies. Don't look them up. Yes. So let's see if we've got another one. No. Engine head is. Engine head is. You've got to say it like you've got something smelly under your nose that you don't like. Ugh. That's how you pronounce it. Alright, and then it's the valve rod. Valve rods. Valve rods. Do. Everyone loves valve rods. Everyone loves valve rods. That's the valve rod song. It needed a title. Oh dear. Tag it so that everyone can find it. Rocker arms. Yeah. The old people from the 70s with the long hair. This is what happens to them if you chop their arms off. Engine head cover B. It's got a bit of a shine, hasn't it? Not yellow and black. Oh no, maybe the hint of yellow and black on the bottom there, but it's probably been a bit harsh to be fair. I see it everywhere. I see dead people. I see yellow and black hazard marker tape. Strangely, I never see a reflection of myself. It's like I'm a vampire mechanic. Intake manifold. Self-tapping bolts. No need for a hole. Carburetor. Yeah, we got it all. Got it all. Doobie-doo. Right, so, no. Round air filter. So it's 1 carb, isn't it? I remember. 1 carb. So we get one of them. And one of them. We might need the lid, but we don't know yet. Yep, we need the lid. Here's a lid. Bolt that on. So there we go. It's the top of the engine, sort of at the middle. So we've got the timing gear to do on the front here. So we need a timing chain V8. Chain. Timing chain V8. No, missed. There we go. And then the timing cover. Yes, awesome. And then the water pump, etc. Crankshaft pulley and all that jobbers. We've got 2 water pumps, look, because we didn't need a spare. We've only got spares of things we never need. Water pump and crankshaft pulley. So engine. Oh no, we've got the water pump. That's right. We need a water pump pulley. We need a crankshaft pulley. V8 one would imagine. Oh, I've got a fan to put on the front of that. Huh. Doesn't need a fan, or I've forgotten something. I'm a fan. Yeah. Alright, so... Oh yeah, this is the bit where I think, oh yeah, we've done the engine, and I noticed there's some spark plugs. So, yeah, it's relatively integral. Well, there's not many parts of the engine that aren't integral, let's face it. Right, sparkies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of those. Oh, did I... maybe not bought the last one. Who knows? And to the side. That's the sparkle. I actually see that on back. Now we've got enough sparkles. Awesome. Yeah, we've got enough spark plugs. Awesome. Ignition wires. Just V8. Yeah, just to catch you out. So wires. Ignition wires V8. There isn't a V8 I don't think, so that probably helps slightly. Right, and then the manifold for exhaustings. And we're getting there. So we've got the gearbox to do. let's have a look at this. I have to lift it up, of course. Almost forgotten how to do that. Right. Oop. No, don't want to be down this end of the car. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, I'm clicking here. There we go. Fly wheel. Yeah. How about a clutch plate? Yeah. What about a pressure plate? No. So, pressure plate and release bearing. Fine. Oh, no, let's bolt it on first before we put the release bearing on, otherwise it all falls on the floor and makes a mess. And then do we have the gearbox? No, that's a shame. Gearbox V8. That one. How much was that? Don't know. Hooray! No need to know. Right, starter motor. Yes. What's this? Oh, just a bit of bodywork. I thought it was something in the middle of the car. I was going to say I've never seen that before. Optional driver console insert that I'd never noticed or something. Right, drive shaft. Okay, so that maybe. Oh no, hang on. Deliberate mistake. God, even the black plastic reflects. Yeah. Right, so I think apart from oil and some, I don't know, might be something missing from the front. Brakes, for instance. Yeah, that's right, not the wheels. Brakes, 2 ventilators. We need 2 pads as well, of course. 2 pads. Now, what about the calipers? Oh, we don't have any of those either. Okay. We need it all. Need it all, gov. Right, and what kind of wheels have we got on here? Rim Retro 12. Rim Retro 12. Not classic, but retro. Rim Retro 12. There's a difference, I'm told. Okay, there we go. And same on this side. Zip, zip. And a wheel with its little chrome bits. Very nice. It's what are they called? Spokes. Yeah, spoked wheel. Very nice. Actually, no, don't do that. It's something else I often forget. Oh yeah. So a little bit more. That's that. Right. Let's double check the list. Okay, there is some stuff missing from the front. Ah, well, I did wonder. The belts, of course. I can't see them. Ah, well, doesn't help, but they are there. So, serpentine belt V8 OVE. One assumes. It's dangerous to assume, but there you go. And I've got a radiator fan. That was definitely conspicuous by its absence. There we go. Alright, so that's the parts. So it's just down to the bodywork now to make this 100%. So we need a front bumper and left headlight. Excuse me. Very burpy. And this. Why isn't the list of makers down the left at least? And this is a Del Rey Custom. So front bumper and left headlight. Yep. You're good. So we've got the doors. Yep. And we need a trunk, left tail light, and bumper. So trunk, left tail light, trunk, left tail light, and bumper. Alright, that's all those things. Okay, so now that should be the bodywork almost ready, but because it's still 88% because of all the rust, the rusty lights. So, let's just double check its value. So at the moment it's worth 52 with a restoration bonus of 8. 52 and 8. This costs almost 2. Nice and shiny. And now this is worth 72, so it's worth an extra 20 grand doing that 2 grand's worth of work. Awesome. So there we are, the Del Rey Custom. I'm not going to pretty it up any more than that because it's being sold straight on. 72 grand. Thank you very much. Awesome work. And we're all plush and moneyed, and then we've got a few cars in here. We've got one to keep, The Flamer we've already got, and the Kieran we've already got. So they're for money, but the crown is something to keep. Yeah. Awesome. Well, come back next time and we'll do some more of that. Should really turn those speakers off as I'm not listening to any music. So, there we go. No yellow and black reflections out there, I tell you. Oops, got trapped behind my little doodly-doo. Okay, off to work. So, bye, come back again, and things will happen. You know, the score. The score, you know. Ah.